So let's assume that we need to make a 2-liter solution, bless you, of 0.4 molar sodium chloride, all right? First, we need to figure out what we'll need. One thing we'll need is a 2-liter volumetric flask. This is a volumetric flask right here. If you look at this one, it's not 2 liters, right? 2 liters, you'd imagine like a big thing. This is 100 milliliters. For our lab today, we're going to use a smaller amount. So we're going to make 100 milliliters. These are pretty interesting because you know how you measure usually with a graduated cylinder, it has all the markings on it? This has one job, all right? Just like the joke, this has one job, and that's it. It's to show you 100 milliliters, exactly. There's one line on it. That's it. That's all it does, 100 milliliters, all right? Some of them are fancy and they have 2 lines, and they tell you on the bottom what the 2 lines stand for. I know, it's exciting. But this is all it has to do is measure one thing. All right, so that's a volumetric flask. Okay, so this is where we'll prepare the solution. So in that volumetric flask, we're gonna do the mixing of everything, and we'll talk about that more in a bit. So the other thing we'll need to know is how much of the sodium chloride we need to add to the volumetric flask. We can calculate this using the information above. So just like when we're doing any kind of molarity problem, you look and you see if you have 2 out of the 3 things. In this case, we have this right here. This is the volume, right? And then this is our molarity. So that means the same thing, remember, as 0.400 moles of NaCl over 1 liter, right? So we have these 2 things. What's the thing that we need to calculate for? What are we going to calculate for? Yeah, what's the other one? The mass, good, yeah, the mass, exactly. And mass is what units?
Grams.
Grams, exactly. All right, so we're going to figure out the grams. All right, why are we going to figure out the grams? Why do we need to know that for today's lab? Yeah, to know how much to use, right? We're gonna get a balance, we're gonna put that amount of mass on the balance, get it, and then we're gonna add it to the volumetric flask to make the solution. So we need to know how much of the sodium chloride we need. Okay, so that's cool. So we're looking for the mass, right, which is grams. How many units is that? It's just 1 unit, right? So what are we gonna start with in this problem? 1 unit, which is the volume. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna start off with 2.00 liters over 1. And we're eventually going to need to get this over to grams, right? We're looking for grams of NaCl. That's what we're looking for. What do we do next? What goes on the bottom? What unit? Yeah, liters goes on the bottom, good. Do we have liters up here in any conversion factors? Yeah, definitely, right? The molarity. So we just plug the molarity into this. So on the top, you're gonna have the 0.400 mole NaCl, all right, over 1 liter. All right, we're not looking for moles, right? We're looking for grams, so what do we do next? Yeah, we convert it to grams, right? So what goes on the bottom? Good, 1 mole NaCl, and then on the top we're gonna get grams of NaCl. All right, so we look it up, 35.45 for the chloride. Na is 22.99, right? 22.99. All right, you add them up, what do you get? 58 point what? 44? All right. And then for this problem, we just multiply across because all the bottoms are 1s. And then we'll get our answer, which is all right, 2 times 0.4 is 58.44, which you guys get 46.752? All right, so we have 46 point, let's look at sig figs, right? Yeah, so 8 grams of sodium chloride. All right? And that's how you figure it out. Is everybody cool with that? All right. So now that we know how many grams we're going to need, this is what you would find on the balance, right? Okay. And then you would add this to your volumetric flask, and then you'd add enough distilled water to bring it up to the line, basically. All right. There's a couple more steps we'll go over, but that's the general idea of this. Good?